The following video contains language that may be inappropriate for young viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Welcome to Behind the Bars, where we bring the unseen and the unheard stories from the depths of the prison system to the forefront. I'm your host, Jason Boss, and together we'll explore the madness, the chaos, and the harsh realities hidden behind the steel doors of prisons worldwide. From the local jailhouse to death row across the world, we'll show you the isolation, the seclusion, and the decades spent enduring unimaginable conditions. These are the stories of survival, struggle, and humanity in places most of us will never see. We're here to shine a light on what society often forgets, the voices of the incarcerated. Each story is real, each voice is authentic, and every moment reveals the raw, unfiltered truth of life behind the bars. Join me for a journey like no other, a journey into the darkness, the truth, and the resilience of the human spirit. This is Behind the Bars, real life, real stories.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, my name is Jason Boss, and you guys are on the record with me, and I'm on the phone with a good friend of mine. His name is Tom Raper, Jr., and he has been doing 24 plus years in the Texas State Penitentiary System, and it has been a very long 24 years, and it has been a journey of tears. It has been a journey of struggle. It has been a journey of violence. And so thank you very much, Tom, for hanging out with me and for chit-chatting. Tom Raper, how the heck are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Just taking it slow, trying to stay focused and make it through this year.
Yeah, now we have some really good information and some really good, there's some really good news coming from your side, because for the last, it's been over a year, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've been in isolation, in seclusion for how long right now?
From December of 23 until now. So a year, 3-4 months, something like that.
Now, is this the longest you have been in isolation or in segregation in your 24 years in the penitentiary?
No. I did a bigger stretch of isolation before that. I don't know the exact time period, but 11, 12 years, somewhere in there. We're talking 11 or 12 years you were in segregation? Yes.
Okay, so that's complete with nobody else in the cell except just you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, what year? When do you have any idea roughly when that began, or any form of idea?
Around 2003, 2004, somewhere in there, I got saved up, and then from there I went through the grad program, and so I touched base into population here and there between 2013 all the way up until 2019, when I finally set out for good, until I got re-segged up in 2023.
Now, all these times that you bounce between segregation and population, is this for violence and violence-related issues that you go back and forth?
Yes. The first time they saved me, it was for a fight, they said, but I didn't see why I should have been saved on that one. This case here, they put me in had me in my cell. They put an inmate in there with me that had a sexual FaceTime on a child. I was trying to let it go, and me and him had a confrontation, and one thing led to another, to where an assault with a weapon was used, and I was placed in administrative segregation.
And this is, we're talking this latest time that you just did a year and something months, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, it's really, really good news, because, you're going back in, but, you and I have talked about this off the record, but on the record, how do you prepare yourself for going back into population to a world it's violent, right? From most people don't realize the kind of violence and the kind of madness that is on a day-to-day basis. Would you say this is a correct statement that when you're in general population, when you wake up in the morning, you have no idea if you're actually going to be alive by the end of the day? Is that something that is true, or is that close to home?
Yeah. Well, really, you can feel your environment. I mean, that makes sense. That after doing time, as long as I've been incarcerated, you can feel it when there's tension in the air. You know? Every day could be all right. You know, it's not nothing's never guaranteed to it. You know? Yeah, if something pops off, you know, it could be, you know, it could not end well, you know. But I have a faith that who I serve is going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. So you're basically described like a rhythm of the prison system, and you said that when people, you can feel this, the environment, as things are about to pop off. What typically and how long does something like that take? I mean, is this something where the hair on the back of your neck goes up, you can feel it, the people are talking less? What is that environment? What is that rhythm of destruction that comes when there's this kind of tension inside of a prison?
Yeah, you're gonna see it. I mean, you're gonna see it. People, like I say, like people ain't gonna talk as much. That's the one thing. People are gonna be more secluded to one another's group or whatever's about to happen. You know what I mean? You just feel it. You see it. I mean, the eye looks. You know what I mean? People's demeanors changed. You know what I mean? You know it's about to be real.
Yeah. Now, how many people would you say? What's just a rough idea percentage of population of people that carry shanks or that are concerned that they need to have a shank or somewhere that they can get one? How big of a concern is that?
They're all over. You know, a person, you know what I mean, who thinks their life or whatever, they're going to have one. I mean, me personally in the past, I've always kept one on me or near me, you know, because you never know what's going to happen in the next few minutes. You know, anything can happen. So, always be prepared.
And what is what's your philosophy if something breaks out? Is it does everybody, I guess, in the prison system, does everybody just pull their shank and get ready for war in the event, or what is it you're trying to achieve with it? Have a defense? What does this look like?
Well, a lot of people, you're going to see more fighting than you are shanking and stuff like that. I mean, it's going wrong. Nothing's all union, you know, but most of the time, if you have just an agreement with some other person, they're going to call you out to the TV or whatever, right? And if you don't handle up on the business, then they're going to look at you like that you're a whore or whatnot, right? So for the most part, I mean, you don't just actually go around and say, oh, you're shaking and all that, you know? And then it also deals with the penitentiary setting that you're in. A lot of people are just really trying to do their time, you know? Mm-hmm. But when it gets ugly, it's going to get ugly. Mm-hmm.
Hold on, you're breaking up there. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So just a quick recap, I think, of what I caught. Some of it got a little blurry. I think I'll have to clean this audio up a little bit. Essentially, right before you got to the part where people are just trying to do their time, and you're talking about the rhythm of the violence and the people that are carrying the shanks and the people that have abilities to use things of this nature. Is there a fight once a week once a day? Do you hear of scuffles? Is it an inside prison thing that everybody? I mean.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're always gonna have fights, and you got to draw up a little bit, you know what I mean?
And I
testosterone goes up, and then
right. And I think you said prior to this that when somebody has a beef, that you guys take it to the TV room. Is that what you said?
No, up underneath the TV, there is a blind spot. Anywhere there's a blind spot, to try to keep it out of the eyes of the man. And then you're going to have it in the business, you know? It might be the shower. It might be an open cell or whatever, you know? Anywhere that's a blind to the person that monitoring inmates.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you've seen battles probably close to the death being the blind spots of the various places, right?
Oh yeah, many times. Yeah, I've seen a lot of battles. I've seen people die. I mean, I just goes with the territory. But then you see and you don't see. I mean, that's the code in here.
So, how in the 24 years, how many would you guess, just rough guess, people have you seen die around you in your environment?
Well, I've seen more from the officers than I have the inmates.
Wow.
Believe it or not. I mean, you got to understand, a lot of my years that I've been here incarcerated and saved. And I've seen, like I say, more violence by the officer to the inmates than I have as far as the inmates to the inmates. And I've seen our share of riots. I've seen my share of inmates getting stabbed and stuff like that down here as well. But as far as actually outright dying, down here watching inmates outright die from another inmate, I haven't really seen that. Not in the state of Texas. Now, in the state of Arkansas, it's a different story.
All right, hold on. It's just getting a little garbly there. Let me back up just a second. Now, you said that the majority of the dead or the violence or something happens with the officer. Are we talking like officers to inmates, or are we talking inmates to officers?
Officers and inmates.
Okay.
Don't think just because they wear that suit because they're law-abiding citizens. They're not. You know what I mean? They have back in the day down here they had what they called the blue bandana gang. And that was officers that stuck together, and they were just a gang. And as far as the correctional officers went. And they would cut you up, beat you to half to death, and they would kill you. They were very well known throughout the system when I first started doing time down here. You don't hear about them as much, but I believe they're still around. Mm-hmm.
And this blue bandana brotherhood, which is like, I guess, like a white collar Crips or something of the sort.
No, they're officers.
Right, I get it. No, I get it. They're but that's why I said they're white collar Crips. They're people. They're supposed to be law abiding citizens that have like taken an oath to be gangs in this fashion. Now, what were the rumors? Did you ever see any of those people, the blue bandana guys? Did you ever? What was the closest you ever got to an encounter where those guys?
I've seen them, but as far as have I ever had altercation with them, no.
And have you
I've never had an altercation?
Have you seen them detain other inmates?
Oh yeah.
And what is it? What is that process? How many come?
I don't know if you're familiar.
Go ahead.
I can tell you, I was on the transfer at one time. I was on the Robertson unit. I was being transferred. And I seen them get into it with this Mexican Mafia attack. They wanted to kill him. And then the Mexican Mafia went at it for a little while. But they wanted to kill the guy. They beat him half to death. Then they handcuffed him behind his back, put shackles on his feet, and then picked him up from his package the handcuffs and carried it like a suitcase. And
Hi, everybody. My name is Jason Boss, and I'm the host of Behind the Bars. First, I want to thank you for watching, sharing, and supporting our channel. This project means the world to us because it's about giving a voice to the unheard, the men and women behind the bars who share their raw, unfiltered stories of life, mistakes, redemption, and lessons learned. But here's the reality. Because of the nature of our content, Behind the Bars will never be monetized by YouTube, and that's okay. We're not doing this for the money, but to keep telling you these stories, to keep bringing you interviews from across the plains, we need your help. Right now, we're sitting on over 15 incredible interviews that are waiting to be edited and shared. We've got the footage, but we need the resources. More interviews mean more editors, more work, and a bigger team to make this vision a reality. And that's where you come in. By becoming a Patreon today, you're not just helping bring us these stories to life. You're also getting exclusive access to behind the scenes conversations and untold stories that won't be available on YouTube. These are the moments that take you deeper into the lives of our interviewees, as well as the challenges and triumphs we face while we are creating this channel. If you've ever been moved by one of these stories, if you believe in the power of second chances and in a shining light on the human experience, please consider supporting us. With your help, we can reach further and roll out even more of the content you love. So from the bottom of my heart and from all of us here at Behind the Bars, thank you for being a part of this journey. Much love to you, y'all, and we'll see you in the next episode.
in the process of doing that, he suffocated because of the pressure on his lungs.
Wow.
So, I mean,
And you saw this? You saw this go down?
yes.
What was
I've seen that.
What was this guy's name?
I don't know. I just know he was a member of the Mexican Mafia.
And so how many, when this blue bandana gang would come to deal with an inmate, what was the number of them? What was the procedure? How did that go down? What did that look like? Is it bats?
No, they didn't have no bats. But, I mean, they didn't need no bats. They had a big little called the bean to it. You know, and then they had batons.
Wait. You just said they had what? They had bean tools? Mean tools?
Yeah, a bean tool is a metal bar, and on the end of the bar is a square, like metal plate, and it's like it comes out like a 2-pound fork, but it's big and wide, real big. And what it does is it comes up underneath the pin in your bean slot to open up the little door behind the door. Because it opens the slot. And it weighs a good, I don't know, 5 pounds. And throughout time down here, just recently, back in 2022, on the unit I'm about to go to right here, either Ramsey or I'm headed to do this program. But on Ramsey in 2022, they had an inmate over there take one of the people from an officer and beat the officer to death with it. This man right now is sitting over here on F5 waiting to go to trial and face the death penalty for showing that officer with that bean tool.
Okay, so explain it to me. So this guy ended up with a bean tool, and he killed the officer with this?
Yeah, inmate.
An inmate?
Yes, in 2022. Yes, on Ramsey.
And this thing is just a...
The unit that I'm about to go.
Right, and it's only about like 5 pounds, right? Like a nightstick that's 5 pounds,
yeah,
kind of?
Well, it's about the tool itself is about maybe 1.5 feet, 2 foot long, but I mean it's solid iron. And the piece that's welded to the end of it to open to lift that pin up in the door, it's a good solid piece of iron right there. You got to mean your weapon.
And
being hit with this, you can block those objects.
And so how did this inmate get a hold of this thing from the guard? Did all the guards have these on them?
Yes.
Okay, and so he must have got it wrestled away.
Yes. And he wound up beating him up with that, and then I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, threw him off of after he beat him up with it.
Wow. Okay.
It's happening all the time.
Right. Hey, does it show on your tablet how much time we have left?
Yeah, we got about 11 minutes.
Oh, okay. We got 11 minutes. Great. Okay. So this guy, I'm curious about this going back to the inmate. Did you see or did you just hear of?
No, I heard about it, but he was on the unit, and the house was on a level 3 pod where he can't be moved anywhere. He's under surveillance right there in that cell. He'll go to trial, and then once he goes to trial, they will give him the death penalty. There's no ifs and buts about that. Like I said, you can Google it in 2022. It might be 2023. I think it's 2023, around September or October, I believe is when that happened. And he was on the Ramsey 1 unit. And that man is now being housed over here. And I heard about it the day he did it.
Okay. All right. Real quick. Guys, everybody that's out there listening, thank you guys very, very much for listening to this podcast and listening for Tom. Everybody in the description below that's in these videos, there is an address that you guys can write Tom, and you can also get a Securus app. And there's going to be information in the description of this on how to contact Tom. Now, Tom has been incarcerated for a very long time, and he's very much interested in pen pals and those who are willing to support him and be a part of his journey and rehabilitation into society and into the world. And so, guys, please take a look down below in the description. And if you can, please help Tom in all of this. All right, now back to this, Tom. So I'm fascinated with the comment back about the officers being essentially, you've seen more officers go down than you have seen inmates going down. Now, is this have to do with respect between officers and inmates? Is this something where the inmates, if you're an officer, regardless if you're an officer, you're going to be a target, there's no way around it, it's just a very hazardous job? Or how is it throughout the 24 years that you've seen where the attacks on the officers, what is the common denominator between all of these things, and why do certain officers get attacked while certain officers don't?
Well, one, the officers are the ones that's going to do more attacking to us. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's officers here that get attacked by inmates as well. But for the majority, I mean, I don't know if you know much about the southern states that being incarcerated, but it's a very good old boy system. They run the system. I mean, and they have their own inmates that work for them, and that helps to run the system. It's just dirty. I don't know who they are, whether they're, I know that like this unit right here is a big Masonic lodge area, and a lot of Masons work here. I don't really know who these people are. I suspect that we know who they are, but a lot of these people that come to work for us, for the system, are no different than you and I. They come from all walks of life, and a lot of them coming up out of the ghetto. You know, I mean, you have the black that work here. Like they just had, not even 2 weeks ago, they just had 2 officers stand here and slug it out right here on this spot, punching each other down.
So two officers were duking it out.
Yeah.
Why? What was the why? Why did that go down?
I'm not for sure why, but it was black and white. You see a lot of that racial tension even between the officers now. But at the end of the day, they're still dirty. You know what I mean? It's just part of the environment we're in. I mean, and even like I know for sure that officer that happened was affiliated, not as far as the officer, but as far as the streets. I mean, he ran with the thing. You know what I mean? So you see that all the way through.
So who won? Did the black guy or the white guy win?
They say that the white guy did. White guy's name was Patterson. They say he won, but I mean, and you hear about this all the time. You see that kind of environment. It just doesn't happen with just the inmates. I mean, this is a time of the world. This is a hidden city that society don't know about. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And a lot of dirt goes down there.
Yeah, so it sounds like a product of the system is the kind of I guess what boils up during all of this kind of stuff, and I guess I'm going to put myself in the shoes of the prison guards, and I'm going to say that I don't think there's a worse job that you could ever get yourself into would be than to a prison guard, and I'm not sure why anybody would ever want to go into the human containment field, but there has to be a different mindset right out of the gate to be able to house humans and to be able to basically put them like mice. And then you get even further, and I know that a lot of ex-soldiers and ex-military and various things often get times into the police and often end up in this kind of stuff. And so we know that there's a lot of testosterone into the police force and all these guys that they always got to, somebody's always got to be bigger in the prison system. Somebody's got to be able to put somebody down and walk with that swinging club. And the system sounds very sick. It sounds like the people that are watching you are very sick. It sounds like the inmates are very sick. I haven't talked to much good, I haven't heard of good things coming out of the prison system anywhere. And I've talked to a lot of different guys, and it's almost like hopelessness. And do you find hope in the world that you are in right now? Do you ever see a day where you might potentially make parole and get out, or do you see this as your final place? This is where you're going to make your final days.
I believe this is where I'm going to make my final days. I don't see light at the end of the tunnel. I'm serving a 6-year sentence right now, and then once I come up with parole on that sentence in 5 years, I parole to a capital life sentence. Then I have to do another 40 years to see my second parole. I'll be 103 years old by the time I come up to my last parole. So I don't foresee me stepping out. But with the system the way it is and how corrupt it is and dangerous the environment that I live in, where inmates and officers work hand in hand together. And this has been happening for hundreds of years, at least 100 years down here, where inmates have been what was called building fingers and turnkeys. They might not be a building finger and turnkey no more, but it still applies. It is used in the different manner. They use the inmate in the same way. Inmates still work with them, still do their hits, still do their dirt, and the law cover their butt. I mean, it's a hand-in-hand operation. I've been fortunate to be where I am today, but I eventually believe that at some point in time, I'll get put down. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm a man of faith, and I trust in my Elohim that I call my creator. And I understand that there's a life that I've lived. I'll eventually do what I said. As the Bible would say, to live by the sword, to die by it. And I have a lot of, I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it. I've had to do a lot of things in my life that I'm not proud of. But I'm thankful now that I had the opportunity to be from path and get on that path and change the views and outlooks that I have in life. And so I look at things still, even though I'm unsure of what my future holds, I still look ahead at hope.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, I think we're going to wrap this one up right here. For the last time that we have here, Tom, is there anything you'd want to leave as like any kind of final message that you can leave to the people, a lessons learned, a final thoughts, anything that you can give people to help them in their walk in life?
Yeah, I would say just seek first the kingdom, His righteousness, and all the blessings that come with it.
You have 1 minute left.
Come to you. Just put your faith and trust in God. And everything is going to work out. It might not work out in this life, but it's a promise that will come to you.
Beautiful. All right. Pursue righteousness is the final words of Tom Raper Jr. And Tom, thank you so much for being on this podcast. Thank you for being on Behind the Bars. And I can't wait to hear from you again.
All right.
All right, brother.